Okay, in the last video, I showed you how to cover a can with uh, paper, and then once dried, how to uh, put layers of tissue paper, because the tissue paper would give you the texture on the surface that would make it look old. Okay, so this is the one I showed you, and then I did that to the can that I will be using for this project. The can I'll be using is bigger than this, and now, guys, if you notice the opening here, the mouth of the can, this is the can wherein you have something like an aluminum tab that you pull. So it has this inner rim. But the one I'm going to use is a can that I opened using a can opener, which uh, cleanly or neatly removes the cover, and it doesn't have that rim here. Okay, no rim. And then as you can see, it's white because I covered it with brown, and then while putting tissue paper on the inner part, I ran out of brown tissue paper, which I got from fast food stores whenever I eat out. So I used the regular tissue paper. By the way, let me give you a tip. When you apply tissue paper, sometimes you will notice it depends on the direction. Okay, let's say we have this tissue paper or table napkin. Try to study as you apply the direction of the creases or the folds, because sometimes if you put a piece of tissue paper one way, the the folds would be like this, going to the side. Okay, however, if you change the direction, the folds will be going down. Okay, so if you want to have a certain direction of the folds, it depends on you. So here is my covered can. I covered it at the bottom and inside and out. So now we're going to decorate. As I said, what I'll be doing is something that is floral themed. So I have here some butterflies. Let me show you some other items I found while I was looking at my boxes of things. I found this. This was given to me by a neighbor before. I think it's like something like a ponytail. You can use those small flowers. Okay? You can remove the elastic band, and using pliers, you remove the, let's see here. Okay. You just remove that part. Okay, this part here, the hole or the loop where the elastic band uh, goes through, and you can use this as a decor for your can. Okay, so now you have a flower. Okay, so look at your uh, elastic bands. Maybe you have uh, this one. This came from my neighbor. One time I was looking for a wristwatch. So the subdivision has a chat group, and I asked, "Hey, does anyone have a broken wristwatch? I need something. I need one to use for my steampunk art about the times we're living in. So I need some wristwatches." And a neighbor responded and came to my house and gave me a box, including cans of half-used uh, spray paints, which I have used. So you can use this broken headband too. Okay. I made paper twine. I made some paper twine. You know what I did? I got some tissue paper or napkin, and then I moistened it part of it, the middle, I moistened it with glue. Do I have? Okay, here, let me show this to you how I still have glue here. I moistened it, and then I just rolled it with my hands. Okay, okay, you can do that. Okay, you just add more glue if necessary. And then I came up with paper twines. These are from table napkins. So what are these for? I might want to have a design like vines where I can put the leaves. So I can use this. Okay. So those are paper twines. Okay. So I also found, okay, maybe a while ago you saw this. I once made a mask using the colorful leaves of the poinsettia. And it has this part here. Okay. So what I did a while ago was I got some of them, soaked them in water, and then used brush to remove most of the glitters, as much of the glitters I can remove. And these parts here, I can put in the can as a group, or maybe clip off some pieces, add them to the vine I showed you a while ago, so they will look like fruits or pollinated flowers. So you just have to look around. Maybe your mom has some artificial flowers that have just accumulated dust, and she doesn't need them anymore. Ask permission. So let's go with the decorating part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the butterflies first. It depends on you if you want to put the flowers first. But for me, I want to put the butterflies first. Now, the butterflies are a bit hard, so some of them might not be flat on the surface. What I'm going to do with some is I'm going to bend them a little, okay, bend them a little, and then put some adhesive. And then I'm going to glue this at an angle. In art, usually art teachers would say that when an object is at an angle, it is a sign of movement, okay? Fluidity, movement, action. So I'm going to put some glue, and this adhesive I showed you before, and I'm going to glue it to the can. Okay. Actually, I can use this glue, but this is so thick that if I press it, some of the adhesive might come out of the holes. So there I have the butterflies and the wings. Okay, there they are. So there's one. I'm going to add another one. Maybe a different direction, going down, so that this butterfly will be looking at the flowers. Okay, going down there. So you just bend the butterfly wings. Okay, and then you put some glue. Like, teacher, you might be asking, teacher, where did you get the butterflies? Actually, I ordered them online, because actually I ordered them last year pa. And this is the first time I'll be using them. Okay, so there's the second butterfly. And then I'll be adding the third. I have 3 butterfly shapes. Oops. I'm going to add glue to that again. after the butterflies are attached, you can start adding the flowers. Then after adding the flowers, you can add you can let it dry, let the project dry up, and then we will be the next will be the painting. Okay, so let's just put some glue. You can use Mighty Bond. Mighty Bond is stickier and dries faster. However, because I'm doing this demo for elementary students, um, kids must be careful when using Mighty Bond. Okay, I'm going to let it dry first. Let me show you something pala. A while ago, I was looking at my things. I have boxes of things, and I found this metal butterflies. I'm going to add this towards the end, if I still need some butterflies. So, but if I don't need them, I won't be using them. Okay, so there are 3 butterflies. Actually, I have extra butterflies here on the table. I was planning to maybe use 5, but let me check first. It might be too crowded once the flowers are attached. So there I have placed the butterflies. The glue is beginning to harden. Okay, so now I'm going to add the flowers. So I have artificial flowers here. This one is made of paper, so it's nice to work with. So it has a wire. You can use craft pliers or maybe a pair of scissors to remove the wire. You can use this wire later on if you want to make them into vines. Okay, it depends on you. So what you do next is you attach the flowers onto the surface. And for me, the best glue for this is this construction adhesive. I'm going to add some, and then I'm going to some of you might be asking, teacher, is it possible that is it okay if I don't paint the flowers? Yeah, actually what you can do is you can paint the can black and then add metallic, and then if you want the butterflies to still be gold, shiny metallic gold, you can add the butterflies and the flowers towards the end. But for me, I want my this project to be something metallic, and I'm planning to change the color of the flowers. So I'm going to put the flowers now. Now let's use another flower. Some of them, for some of them, you might need to bend the wire after cutting. Okay, so this is a different flower. Okay, so as I have told you before, this glue I'm using now is very sticky. So there, if you try to use the regular craft glue, it won't stick. It won't hold. So let me add smaller ones. You can trim some of the flowers if you want. Maybe you want to remove some of the petals if you just want to use the bud. Okay, so you just remove some of them. you want. There. Okay. Now, so that the other petals won't be removed, you see that exposed wire there? Okay. I'm going to bend this to hold the other petals in place. So I'm going to use glue again. Okay. Now, let's say I want to add a petal. No, not a petal, but a leaf. Now, I have this satin. Satin is a fabric, a satin leaf, and I don't want this wire, so I can remove it. You can use scissors if you want, or nail cutter, but those must be yours. Your mom might be wondering soon, like, what happened to my scissors, or my nail cutters? They aren't sharp anymore. They have become dull now. It's because you have used them in your craft. Okay. So just like that, you just add some glue. So I place the petal under the flower. There. You see that? So you just continue. If you want to use the twine as a vine, you can get some and attach it. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to get a small portion. I'm going to moisten it a bit. I have here some glue. I'm going to dilute it in water a bit. Just a bit. To moisten this one here. Because it's already hard. So I can alter the shape. Okay. Okay, there. Now you can use the regular craft glue that you have, and then you just, or the E7000 that I have, we put it here. Let's see. I'm still, decorating takes time. So later on, I'll be pausing the video so that I'll just continue decorating, because it takes time. Sometimes it takes me an hour or more than an hour decorating, because you have to decide where to place them. I'm just showing you how to put some of the parts, so that later on when I return, you will see a fully decorated can. Okay, so I used E7000. I'm going to put a vine. Okay, let me pan the, there. I'm going to put a vine under the flower also to hide it. And then I'm going to shape it according to the shape that I want. Okay, you see that? So that one will harden there. Let's get the part I removed a while ago. Okay, let me make that tip. I can make something smaller, like another smaller vine. I got the idea of the vine because when I was young, my mom used to plant passion fruit. And if you're familiar with the passion fruits produce vines with tendrils. The tendrils are used to attach the plant or hold the plant onto something. Okay, so there it is. The texture of the tissue paper gives it you know, vines. Most vines, the old ones, they have lots of folds also. So there. If you want to add some of these, the one I was telling you about, like the small buds, you can get a few. Use this glue again. It's very, very handy. This glue is so handy. Attach it somewhere. And there it is. Okay? And then you let it dry. Okay? You can use smaller petals, no, not petals, but leaves for the vines. Let me show how. Okay. So you use some glue again. Attach it to the vine. And there you have it. Okay? So you just decorate. Go along decorating. Okay, I'm going to use this flower which I got from the ponytail. I'll remove this part here, the ones protruding. You can use nail cutter if you want. I'm going to add this glue because it's stickier. And there it is. Okay? So I'm going to pause the video. I'll continue working on this because, as I said, it would take an hour or more than an hour. Once you start making your project, you'll understand that it's not something that you can do very fast or quickly. So when I return, I would have finished decorating the can, and then I'll show you how to spray paint it with black. And then once dried, we're going to add the other colors. Okay, so see you.